Hello, trackers. You join me here at a very busy Edinburgh International Airport, watching planes arrive. So it's taken us longer than we expected to get the cargo on board. You can see it's much later in the day. The sky is dark. I wonder what plane this is coming into land here. Looks big. It's having some issues getting down. DHK, so that's DHL. Bit swervy. Right. So we are here, having some issues with frame rate. If that persists, then they're going right to the end of the runway. If that persists, I may need to restart the sim, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Lovely lighting effects on the nose of that plane there, and it's disappeared, probably because they've realised they've gone too far down the runway. Lovely. Let's hope our day of flying is better than theirs. You see, no you can't see, because I haven't moved the screen down a little bit. There we go. You can see the moon at the top here. The moon right now is extremely bright in the UK. It's shockingly so. Where is it? There it is. Looks exactly like that in the sky right now. Very bright. But for now, let's jump inside. Frame rate seems to be a little bit better once you're inside the aircraft. Now what's interesting about this is you don't get a lot of light bleeding in from the outside, which I think you normally would, but you can go to View and then down to Aviation Flashlight, which is probably like a normal flashlight, but because you put the word aviation in front of it, you can charge more for it. And this can help you find your way around. So we'll turn on the master. We could do with some interior lights on, which I don't know where they are. Cabin lights, there we go. Normal on. Just set it to normal for now, and then I can get rid of this flashlight. View aviation flashlight. So you can get something called an aviation protractor, which you use for doing navigation planning. And it's just exactly the same as a normal protractor, but like I say, because you put aviation in front of it, you can charge more for it. Ooh, okay, so we've got backlighting as well as instrument lighting here. Let's get this engine on, so we're not just draining the batteries. So we'll need to turn on the fuel, which is a bit of a pain for that one, because the sun visor is in the way. Let's see, we need our condition lever to be in low idle. We need a prop to be all the way forward, and those are both in idle and normal. We've got the master is on, not turning the avionics on until the engine is going, so I'm going to put the beacon sign on to let the people outside know that that's what we're about to do. And then we are going to do low motor. Should start to see the turbine spin, and then we are going to turn on the ignition. Now last time we did this we fell backwards onto our tail. Let's hope that doesn't happen this time. So that looks like a good start. If I turn off the ignition, it's now self-sustaining. Let's get the generator on, so we're not draining the battery, and we'll turn the alternator on as well. We can also get the avionics bus on too. Don't need the auxiliary bus. What else do we need? Need nav lights on. It's cold enough to require pitot heat, so we'll turn both of those on. Do we need ice protection on? No, not really. We'll turn those lights on in a moment. Now we have started on stand without really requesting it from air traffic control, but I'm sure they're cool with it, because they don't know. Looks like we're going to be taking off on runway 24, even, yeah, the wind is slightly favouring 24. and that taxiway over there will take us down to 24 over there, so we'll probably get asked to take off from Delta 1, which works for us. Let's see if I can show you the route. So that's our flight plan. If I switch over to SimBrief, you should now be able to see that our route today is going to take us from Edinburgh, off runway 24, over to here to Delta 239er Golf, left turn. We're going to climb to 14,000 feet. We're going to come down here to the top of climb. Where's TLA? TLA is a good landmark, so that's top of climb. To Undro, yep. To Azrus, we're going to come over the 4th of Firth, maybe, I don't know. Down past Silif, to Delta Charlie Sierra, over the Lake District, over Lakey, which is very well named, very aptly named. And then we've got our top of descent here. Start our descent to Dizzy, is that what it's called? Dizzy, and then Rosen, and then into Vectors, probably for the arrival onto runway 23 right at Manchester. Any issues with landing at Manchester, we're going to go a little bit further south, and we're going to land just past Rugley, whatever that says, down here at Birmingham Airport, down here. But I don't see anything that's going to stop us from landing at Manchester, to be honest, apart from my piloting skills, which might be enough to stop us landing at Manchester. We shall see. Okay, we need to make contact with the air traffic controller. Let's pull up X-Pilot. EGPH Tower, EGPH ATIS. Let's get the ATIS before we do anything, and I'm going to grab a notebook and see if I can find a pen on my busy desk. Clean sheet of paper always helps. So we are November 504 Kilo, Quebec. We have information India. What does information in India actually say? Time 1720 Zulu, runway in use 24, transition level 75, 290 at 5 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, few clouds at 4,300 feet. So there's a plane creeping up to the runway just at the top right there. QNH 1013. Which we don't have set up here. Let's do that. PFD. Oh no, sorry, we do that on the outer ring here. 1013. QNH 1013. Ground is open. 121.755. Acknowledge receipt of information. India. Advise aircraft type on first call. Call for push when tug connected and ready for push. Okay. Well, we're not going to use a tug today. So ground is available on 121.755. So on the COM 121.755. There we go. Switch over to them.
Skyward 4002, request taxi. Skyward 4002, taxi on appointment Delta 1 from runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha.
Let's just find our taxiways. So Papa Alpha is probably going to be our route. Papa Alpha.
And Sugarline Delta, request push start.
And it's going to be runway 24.
Shuttle 9 Delta, up the Skyway A320 is passed behind right to left, pushing start free faced east.
Look at all these planes. It's going to be time consuming to get out of here. So, let's make a start. Edinburgh ground, November 504 Kilo Quebec, stand 200, Quest Kodiak, and we're ready for push and start.
November 504 Kilo Quebec, have you already had your clearance from tower previous to me logging?
Negative, November 504 Kilo Quebec.
November 504 Kilo Quebec, roger, you clear to Manchester as filed by the Tower 6 Charlie departure runway 24, squawk 0737, information India current, QNH 1013.
Clear to Manchester via the Tower 6 departure, squawk 0737, we already have information India, QNH 1013, November 504 Kilo Quebec.
November Kilo Quebec, reback correct, push and start approved, face north.
Push start approved, face north, November Kilo Quebec. So we even have a shortened call sign. Good air traffic control of that. It gave us everything we need to go, and we can just basically just go. Now the problem that we have with this aircraft is there's no... it's done it again. Nope, it hasn't. I've caught it. There's no easy way to push back with this aircraft unless... Where can I find it? There we go. The Thrander menu might... no, it doesn't. Okay, we're just going to have to be a little bit naughty here.
Skyways 4002, contact tower 118.705, bye-bye. Over to tower 118.705, thank you very much. Skyways 4002.
Excuse me. So I'm going to pretend that we are pushing back. Let's put the flaps down while I'm doing this.
Ryanair 1983, push and start approved, face north.
So I'm doing this with differential brakes, so my right brake is on, my left brake is off, so and I've got full right rudder deflection, which is also how I do the nose wheel steering. So that should allow us to... Ooh, got stereo sound. I don't know if that's coming through for you as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the end of here and face north.
Just make sure you squawk set at 0737.
Recycling now, November Kilo Quebec. Caught out. How do I get back? Transponder code 0737. There we go. Yep. Naughty boy for moving without setting my squawk code.
Shuttle 9 Delta, request taxi. Shuttle 9 Delta, taxi out of Delta 1 from runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha. 1.1 runway 24 by Foxtrot Alpha, Shuttle 9 Delta.
And then we're just going to stop here as if we've just been pushed back. We haven't. So stop here. November Kilo Quebec, request taxi.
November Kilo Quebec, taxi out of Delta 1 runway 24 via Papa Alpha.
Taxi to Delta 1 for runway 24, Papa Alpha, November Kilo Quebec. There we go. Let's get our taxi lights on just so we can see where we're going. Taxi lights on, don't need our nav lights on just yet. This has been very efficient. It's a longer flight. Where are they going? Going that way. Shuttle 3 Delta.
2420, push start approved, face east.
Shuttle 3 Delta should wait for
Kilo
us.
Quebec, hold position.
Holding position, November Kilo Quebec. Okay, so they're going out first. Thought he would have stopped them. And the reason why I thought it would have stopped them is because we have to wait for their wake turbulence and they don't have to stop for ours. Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. So we've got no further clearance right now. We've been asked to hold position.
November Kilo Quebec, continue taxi, brake shuttle 9 Delta, contact tower 18.705, bye-bye. Edinburgh Tower 118.75, Quebec, shuttle left down.
And continuing taxi November Kilo Quebec. Because it's a clearance, we have to read it back. Even if he did brake. Triple 3 Deltas already on the runway practically. This is an efficient operation. Oh, do you know what we haven't done? Haven't set up our nav. That's terrible. So what do we do? Go into flight plan. Flight plan, and then push the button. Nope.
EG1 uniform golf requesting pushback and start stand 1. EG1 uniform golf, stand by.
Anything behind us?
Kilo Quebec, contact Tower 118, decimal 705, bye.
118.705, thanks for the help, November Kilo Quebec. So there's nothing behind us, we'll just take a little bit of time just to get set up. Let's do the comms first. Tower 118.705.
Good evening, Ryan F4.
Suddenly feeling very, very ill prepared for this. Go back to flight plan. Oh, how do I do this again? Nope.
Edinburgh Tower, a very warm good afternoon. EC908 Whiskey Juliet is on what I believe is 45-degree extended base leg entry for runway 24 information in the onboard. EC908 Whiskey Juliet, Edinburgh Tower, very good evening to you. Report fully established on ILS runway 24. We'll report on ILS 24. Thank you very much. 908 Whiskey Juliet.
Edinburgh Tower, November 504 Kilo Quebec.
November 504 Kilo Quebec, Edinburgh Tower, very good evening to you again. 5 Delta 1, runway 24, surface winds 290 degrees, 5 knots. Take off.
We're going to need 2 minutes if that's okay before we take off.
November Kilo Quebec, roger, hold it Delta 1 and report, be ready.
Hold it Delta 1, we'll call you back, November Kilo Quebec. Now then, can I pop this out so I can use it on this screen? Yes, I can, okay. Now we can try and figure out flight plan. So, it's one of these. I know you can't see what I'm doing now. Feel quite bad for putting the controller in this position. Okay, so just hold here. How do you get... Seems to change every time I do this. How did I do it last time? It's in flight plan. There we go. Right. Cursor, and then we need EGPH. EGCC, enter. There we go. Okay, we are ready to go. November Kilo Quebec, fully ready.
November K100 Quebec, thanks. Fly Delta 1, runway 24, surface winds 290 degrees, 5 knots, clear for takeoff.
Runway 24, clear for takeoff, November Kilo Quebec. Here we go. So put the flaps down before, we need our landing light on, which is that one there. We need condition fully forward, prop fully forward. Always check the approach path. Okay, heels on the floor. Let's go flying. Don't yaw like a crazy thing. Please don't yaw like a crazy thing. It's doing a yaw thing like a crazy thing. That is ridiculous. Every single time. Every single time. Right, I'm going to disconnect. That's not fair. That is not good. That is not good. And that is a problem with the model. So we're just going to climb. Bring the flaps up, and the nose for some reason will climb. I'm actually going to put that onto that separate screen so I can see what I'm doing. Switching to Unicom, thanks for the help, November Kilo Quebec. Okay, so I think if we can get this onto the autopilot, we turn on nav, turn on. We don't want to turn on altitude. We want to set our altitude now to 14,000. So if I turn on the autopilot, set. Oh no! Why is it pointing me in the wrong direction? Ah, come on. Why is it sending me off that way? It's obviously set me for the wrong runway, which isn't going to help. How did it set me for the wrong runway? Ah, right, so we're just going to have to fly this by hand, which is not a bad thing. It's what I enjoy. But I need to set this.
Edinburgh Tower, good evening to you. Behind the landing company A320, Flyer Delta 1, line up runway 24 behind.
So we're now on Unicom. That was a lot more painful than it needed to be. Climbing through 4,000. We're climbing a bit fast now, so you can see our speed is starting to reduce. Let's just retrim, get the nose down, have a quick peek outside at Edinburgh. Lovely. Right, that's enough. That's enough sightseeing. And then what I'm going to try and do is, so this thinks that we are earlier in the flight than we actually are. So why can't I? There we go. So I'll go UW. Nope. Still thinks that we're go back the flight plan, you silly thing. So now we want to go to Delta 213 direct to. We should now be able to turn on the autopilot because I'm struggling a little bit to do all of this at the same time. Bring the nose down a little bit so that we can accelerate. Okay. Whew. Okay, the aircraft is doing the nav. Let's see, there's a bunch of stuff we haven't done yet. So we need to pull back the... reduce the power a little bit. Reduce the prop. Just so that we're not slamming them both up against the red line. So that's set for 14,000. The aircraft should start to turn to the left in just a moment. I'm going to reduce the pitch just a touch as well, just because we need to start accelerating. There is the left turn, that's not me, that's the autopilot. So that is working fine. Just turn off flight plan. Just clear everything. How do I get rid? That is going to capture it properly, isn't it? Don't know why it's keeping us on that active flight plan window there. Is that because I've got the cursor on? Turn that off. Nope. I really need to spend some more time with this. There we go. Phew. Let's see, where are we? So we've taken off. There's the airport just under the wing there with all the traffic. Easy's just joining us in the air, but they'll outclimb us by far. Let's have a look, because we've got some... So the starter motor is still on, so we'll turn that off. Ignition is off. Those are on. Engine inlet is normal. We're through 10,000 feet. We should have set that to standard, but because we're already on a 1013 QNH, it's effectively the same thing, but just to be fully legal, we'll set that to standard barometric pressure setting, which is 1013.25 hectopascals. And here we go. It's going to be a bit of a long flight, so let's just see how long this is going to take. Flight plan. Does it tell us the full... I'm worried about fiddling in here because you've already seen how terrible I am at using this thing. Estimate time en route 54 minutes. I think that's the total trip time. That looks about right. Total endurance is 4 hours. I've probably put way too much fuel in. Got remaining endurance 324. Fuel required is 334 pounds. Current true airspeed is 131 knots. So we're accelerating even though we're climbing and the airspeed is staying the same. We currently have a tailwind of 43 knots, although I'm not sure what altitude that tailwind is showing as. What's our ground speed? Ground speed is 174 knots, which is pretty quick. Quite happy with that. There we go, let's zoom out on here. So we're going to head down to TLA, which is over here. Any issues now, we'd go back to Edinburgh. Once we get a bit further south, I'll probably be looking to... Well, we've got Prospect on the left-hand side here. That's a nice big airport. And then to the right down here, we've got Newcastle. That seems probably quite far away now. Yeah, Newcastle's too far away, so... Keep going down here. We've got Carlisle. Or is that Silith Airport? Sorry, EGNC, I think it's Carlisle. EG60 will be Silith. We'll probably go into Carlisle once we get past Unoro, whatever that is called. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Our cargo is now in the back, all strapped in, blocking the lights. Just see them there. Nope, went outside the cockpit. And I was trying to type 111 at some point. Does that mean that we haven't put the flaps up? That means we haven't put the flaps up. Which means we should start to accelerate. Because when I was pressing 1 to raise the flaps, it was going into the text box, which is not what we wanted. That's good. We will start to accelerate even more now, so that really amazing tailwind that we've got. We're now doing 192 knots, which is pretty quick. Very, very, very quick. Considering we've got a indicated airspeed of 123 knots. True airspeed of 147, and a massive tailwind giving us 196. That is pretty cool. So the aircraft itself doesn't know it's going 200 knots over the ground. It just thinks it's doing 124 knots through the air. But because of air density and generally the compressibility of air, the actual airspeed is 154 knots. So we are making very good time. May even be able to get to Manchester and then back to our base at Teesside in this one video. We shall see. So I thought I would do this as a night flight. One, because that's actually tracking real time now, so this is what it looks like outside if I look outside my window. But also just because it's a bit different from the flight up. Now you don't get to see the scenery, but you do get to see some of the roads. And the airports, I think, are just cooler at night with all the lights on them. Got an aircraft down here. RUK 5 something, which we will see outside of our window in just a moment. There it is. Now it's below us. We're at 14,000 feet. That is probably going to Edinburgh. I think that's RUK. Is that not EasyJet? I think that's, or Ryanair. One of the two. That's a passenger plane heading up to Edinburgh, and they're below us. I am liking this Quest Kodiak. It's now Deer Kodiak. I'm liking it more and more the more I fly it. Especially when you're doing this, you know, autopilot. It just feels like an airliner type of thing. Just a slow one, although not that slow today. 152 knots indicated, 230 knots ground speed. That is lightning fast. What shall we do now? We will grab the weather for EGCC, which is Manchester. So 3rd of the month, 1750 Zulu. Core. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest with you. The wind is 330 at 6, so it's, yeah, it's got 2 runways, and they're both pointing 230.05, so it's actually very slightly favouring a 05 approach, so approaching from the Isle of Man direction, from Liverpool way. NCD obviously means no claims discount. I'm just kidding, it means no cloud. The current temperature is 0, and the dew point is -7, and they're also using the QNH is still 1013 there. No significant weather. That looks pretty good. I'm just not sure which direction they will vector us. So do they have ATIS? They do. In fact, let's do what we would do in the real aircraft. Let's pull up the push for COM12. Here we go. So EGCC ATIS is 121.98. 121.98. Let's listen to the ATIS. That's not what I meant to do. Switch. Oh, we can only do both. Oh, that's annoying. Oh no, hang on. It's my wife organising my daughter's tea. So that's 121.8 on COM1. Can I change that one? Yes, I can. Okay, so now we're 121.98, which is 121.98. And there, but I don't hear it. Probably because we are far too far away. Okay, that's fine. Swap that back. So the ATIS says, Manchester Information Kilo, time 1750, runway in use 23 right. Is that for EGCC 23 right? Runway is 23 right, transition level, flight level 65, surface wind 330 at 6 knots, visibility 10, no cloud detected, temperature plus, we've just gone through all that, QNH 1013, no significant, ground is open, departing aircraft make initial contact with frequency 121.855, acknowledge information, Kilo, advise aircraft type. So I think by the time we get there, Kilo will move to Juliet, but we'll have to wait and see. And let's see what they've got. They've got tower, they've got no approach controllers on at the moment. So we would contact the tower when we are, there's North Tower, so I'll contact them probably about 15 minutes before landing. And then they may give us some directions as we get a little bit closer to the airport. Okay, flaps are up, elevator trim is there. I thought we may have been changed from tower to approach, but maybe they've got approach and departure, and that's why I didn't get changed across to approach. Who knows? Who knows? How's our flight? How's our ground speed doing? Still 227 knots. That is pretty quick. Making it all the way down here, so we'll cross over into England. At the top of here, cross over South, and then I think we could see, here we go, estimated time on route 30 minutes. 30 minutes. That is extremely quick. think I mean, there's no real benefit flying a jet between Edinburgh and Manchester when you've got that kind of tailwind. Okay. So you get some weird effects at night. So you've got some clouds here which actually make it look like we're banking to the right. Or I don't know what that is actually. Is that just a light, or is that... yeah, some clouds. So it makes it feel like we're banking to the right, but in reality you've got to trust your instruments and see that we are level. But you can get some illusion effects at night. So we are just about to go over the Firth... what is that called? Where Silith is. It's not the Firth of Forth, that's the other side. Solway Firth, that's it. So we've got to cross over Solway Firth. Where's the moon gone? That big moon. Can you see it? Nope, but we can see the strobe light. Going crazy at the end of the wing. If we duck down a little bit. I don't know where the moon is. We'll have a look for it again after we've landed. So, let's get that other radio station in next. 11863. 11863. And it was information kilo, and it was 1013 when we did that. Because we've got loads of fuel, and actually we are still quite below the red line. I'm just going to keep that power on. Over there, is that just a star? Nope. An aircraft. Something 51A by the looks of things. Let's have a look on here. XMS1A, Christmas 1A maybe? No idea. XMS is not a call sign I recognise, but they're very, very high up. Now got London Centre, London M Centre. Now then, I'll very quickly show you something. Just waiting for that to load. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn that on. Does that work? There we go. Okay. So what we have here is vatsim-radar.com. You can see this route here. So this is our plane here, November 504 Kilo Quebec. We took off from Edinburgh down to here, and we're heading down to Manchester down there. But it also lets you see EGTTM, which is London Control Midlands, I guess, and that is looking after this sector here. So we are still in uncontrolled airspace up there. Let's see who else is online. We've got Gatwick Director down there. Who's on it? You've got departures, arrivals. I think Heathrow's only got that tower. And you can see at the top right here we've got our route. So we've flown 50 nautical miles and we've got 90 miles to go. So 22 minutes left, and we've been online apparently 25 minutes, which I don't think that works, but we'll see. Let's just jump back to the aircraft. It's all looking good. We can turn off the taxi lights. Put some more lights on in here. There we go. Turn the cabin lights fully on. See where we are on the map. Oh, so we've got a Ryanair about to overtake us. That Christmas 1 Alpha is going the other way. So we're now at the top of the Lake District. You can see by the lakes. Hopefully those two don't crash. I'm sure they'll be at different altitudes. All good. And then this Ryanair, and it will be a 737. Either a Max or a Dash 800. That's all they fly. Will come down here and overtake us in just a moment. And then we should be able to see it out of our window. Just also keeping an eye on controllers coming online. And I'm just going to keep double clicking that every so often. Still information kilo, still QNH 1013. There is no tower for Manchester, so we would effectively be controlling ourselves down, and then once we're on the ground landed, switch over to ground 121.855. I'm sure there was a tower there before because I tuned a station in, but maybe they've gone offline. Not to worry. How is our ground speed doing? Oh, it's gone up 236 knots. We've got 19 minutes left to Manchester. Just going over the lakes here. There is an airport off to the left somewhere called Walney Island, which I visited with the family a little while ago. It's quite cool. There it is, Barrow, Walney Island. You've got to cross a little, I can't remember if it was a bridge or a causeway, I think it was a bridge. And then on the north of the island you've got this little general aviation airport, but it's very, very small. It's not really suitable for this. And there you go, you can see the Ryanair overtaking us above. Show-offs. And another one, an EasyJet's about to overtake us as well. There we go, see the label, just can't see it through the window. So impressed with the performance. Ooh, is that a body of water reflecting the light? That is very nice. I wasn't expecting that. I do think these roads look rubbish. It just looks terrible. Too homogeneous. But seeing the light reflecting off the lake is very impressive. So that's exactly how it looks when you fly over a lake. Isn't that right? He didn't say much, bless him. Okay, North Tower is back online. 11863 is on COM1 on standby. What time is it? Where's my phone? So it's 6:36, so we should be getting another ATIS update in about 15 minutes. Turning left for some reason. That seems like a lot of turning. That seems like a lot of turning. Why are we doing a loop at Lakey? We shouldn't be doing a loop at Lakey. But I'll try and solve this using flight plan, because it always goes really well. Why has it just randomly done that? What comes after Lakey? Dizzy. Come on, let's go straight at Dizzy. Dizzy Rascal. There we go. Can't be doing random holds when you're flying IFR, can you? Oh, hang on. It's gone off nav, so there's GPS. I'm hoping that's now going to take us to Dizzy. And if not, there's been a nav failure. So we're joining the arrival there. Come on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Still spinning. We are still... Oh no, we're levelling out. Hopefully that's going to get us back on to this course here. Should see that magenta line come back in, so we'll intercept our course. We're pretty close to it, to be honest, so I'd expect that to be moving in very soon. So let's just go direct to Dizzy. And then Rosen, are we still in the flight plan? Oh, that's really annoying. Dizzy, then Rosen, then AGCC. Okay, so basically we need to get in contact with the North Tower controller. 11863. 11863. Let's just double check there's no new ATIS, EGCC, ATIS. Receipt of information, Lima now.
Manchester Tower, good day. This is EC5433, holding short depth.
Information Lima, 23 right still, 65.
EC5433, Manchester Tower, LA, by Juliet 1, runway 0, correction, runway 23 right, clear takeoff.
Is there a QNH in there?
Clear takeoff, runway 23 right, EC5433.
Yeah, QNH 1013. So, information Lima is now current. Let's get in touch with them. We'll get in touch with them at Dizzy. Yeah, that should give them enough time to work with us. Still doing 237 knots. It's crazy. Crazy talk. How long have we got to Dizzy? We have 3 minutes 38 seconds. If we look off to the right there, we've got EGNM. That is, I was going to say Leeds East Airport. It's not Leeds East Airport. That is East Midlands Airport. Is it? Or is that Leeds? No, that's Leeds Airport. Leeds Bradford Airport. And then further down we've got East Midlands is further down next to Nottingham. But yeah, that's Leeds Bradford. And then next to it is a little airfield called Leeds East, which I've never been to.
How about Tom Jackson, fog off? 274 Golf Manchester Tower, hello, via Juliet 1, line up runway 23 right.
Now then, I would like to get the charts.
Via Juliet 1, line up 23 right, time to 74 Golf. 5433, nothing further, monitor advisory, goodbye.
And for charts we use a service called ChartFox, which is completely free. Let's have a look, we've got a ground. Aerodrome chart will give us the overall map of the airport. So we're going to land on 23
Manchester Tower, hello,
right. And we'll probably look to exit onto Foxtrot 1. Do we have ground movement and docking chart, parking chart?
Disregard, Tom 74 Golf, the wind 330 degrees, 6 knots, runway 23 right, clear
Yeah,
takeoff.
so that's all of the
Takeoff, runway 23 right, Tom
parking
74 Golf.
areas. Foxtrot 1 is down there. That one is probably the best one. Parking chart, where do we want to go? Is there anywhere for cargo or for little teeny tiny planes? There we go, cargo area, so let's go to 70. We'll ask for stand 70. And the way there would be Foxtrot 1, Kilo, Papa, Delta, Echo 70. Easy as pie. Okay, are we at Dizzy yet? 30 seconds away from Dizzy. Should we be on a descent yet? What was the name of the arrival we were doing as well?
325, via Juliet 1, line up runway 23 right. Sorry, say again. 325. Via Juliet 1, line up runway 23 right. Line Juliet, line up runway 23 right, using 325. EG2051. It's 2051 Manchester Tower, hello, break Tomjet 74 Golf, nothing further, monitor advisory, go ahead. Cover advisory, 1228 Tomjet.
Okay, let's get in touch because we are getting pretty close. Manchester Tower, November 504, Kilo, Quebec, information Lima.
November 504, Kilo, Quebec, Manchester Tower, hello, go ahead.
Just let you know we'll be arriving in about 15 minutes ETA.
Roger.
Okie dokie. Okay, I guess we'll just wait for them to say contact us in the future.
325, the wind 330 degrees, 6 knots, runway 23 right, clear takeoff.
So, what normally happens in the real world is you get in contact with an airfield 15 minutes before you enter their airspace. Ooh, what was that? What just beeped?
Tower, Air Canada 3 Zulu Yankee. Air Canada 3 Zulu Yankee.
Just in case that is...
Manchester Tower, 853 85 Hotel Uniform Manchester, hello.
ice. I'm just going to put the windshield on.
62051 via Juliet 1, line up from 23 right. Flight Juliet 1, line up to 23 running.
Shouldn't be any ice build-up because I have... I don't think that's ice build-up, that's just artifacts. Why is the flight director saying we should be turning right? Something not right there. Yes, please flight director Rosen. I don't trust that now. So I'm going to turn off the autopilot, which isn't working.
EGPH 51, number 23 right, clear takeoff, and 330 degrees 6 knots.
That seems to be jammed or something. Weird. Okay. After Rosen there's nothing, so we're just going to fly it ourselves. So, 4 minutes to...
Line up 2 feet right, Canada 3 Zulu Yankee.
There, I think it's time to start pulling back the throttle. Prop fully forward, condition fully forward. Start our descent.
325, nothing further, monitor advisory, goodbye. Monitor advisory, thank you for the ATC, goodbye. Easy 325.
So we shouldn't have to request to join because we're on an IFR flight plan. Let me see Manchester. That must be it there. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch over to Unicom still because he doesn't want to speak to me. His loss. Is there anything else on the approach? Is there really nothing coming into land into Manchester? Easy for Papa.
2051, continue to climb through 5,02350.
hate it loading like that when you go the wrong way. Okay, so we are coming through 7,000. There's the runway there. Gonna have to do a left orbit here, and then we'll switch over to the tower. 11863.
Back to the tower, Channel 77 Papa Romeo. Channel 77 Papa Romeo.
I'm going to do a left orbit. Left orbit to burn off some of this altitude.
That's all what's going to be in the flight platform. So they're even 5 per hour for Manchester now, are they?
And then we can get back in touch with
Manchester. 53 hotel uniform, winds 330 degrees, 6 knots from a 23 right, clear takeoff. 50 right, clear takeoff, winds copy, 53 hotel uniform.
There's 23 right. Manchester Tower, November 504 Kilo Quebec, final runway 23 right.
November 504 Kilo Quebec, Manchester, hello, runway 23 right, continue approach number 1.
Number 1, November Kilo Quebec.
Channel 7 Papa Romeo, via Juliet 1, line up runway 23 right. Line up 23 right, Channel 7 Papa Romeo.
So surface wind 330 from, so that's pretty much from the north, so we need to keep our nose pointing into that wind.
The 53 hotel uniform, nothing further, monitor advisory. Advisory, thanks for the service, 53 hotel uniform.
Zoom in a touch here, just want to see my vertical speed. And then we should start slowing down a little bit now. Down to flap extension speed.
Connect 77 Papa Romeo, runway 23 right, clear takeoff with 33 degrees 6 knots. Clear takeoff 23 right, check 77 Papa Romeo.
Low. No, back to 2 reds, 2 whites. Trying to keep that centre line straight. Very low now. But we can just start to lower some flaps. There's that Chanex going up. Do not like the way that when you put flaps down the nose dips. That's very, very strange.
November 4 Kilo Quebec, runway 23 right, clear to land, winds 330 degrees 6 knots.
Runway 23 right, clear to land, November, Kilo Quebec. 4 Kilo Quebec.
Panic 77 Papa Romeo, nothing further, monitor advisory, goodbye.
122 decimal, I have a right now, Panic 77 Papa Romeo.
Camber 56 behind the arriving
Class Kodiak.
Kodiak 100 light aircraft via Juliet 1 line up from a
Light aircraft. How rude.
Behind the
How
arriving
rude.
aircraft via Juliet 1, runway 23 right, line up way, Camber 56.
Okay. Speed under control.
Alpine 5 Tango Alpha Manchester, hello, hold Juliet 1.
Hold Juliet 1, Alpine 5 Tango Alpha.
Speed drops so fast in this aircraft. We're down. Wasn't the prettiest of landings, but it will do. I want to get off at Foxtrot 1. Just bring those flaps up just so that we're not catching any wind or anything.
Manchester Tower, good evening, EC4 Papa, finish that pitch, 23 right.
EG4 Papa Manchester Tower, hello, runway 23 right, continue approach number 1.
Number 1, continue approach, EC4 Papa, cheers.
Here's our turn off. Light aircraft.
Camber 56, the wind 330 degrees 6 knots, runway 23 right, clear takeoff.
Alright, clear for takeoff, runway 23 right, begin 56.
November 4 Kilo Quebec, contact ground now, 121.855.
Over the ground, thanks for the help, November 4 Kilo Quebec. 121.855. And I'm just going to bring up
Your wings 2 Alpha Delta, be back correct, all stations, standby, Manchester, ground, be back in 2 minutes.
Oh. I'm going to hold here. I haven't been cleared any further. Sort the lights out, so we'll get the taxi light on, the landing light off.
Liner 2097.
Strobe off.
Clear to Salzburg, Sonics 1 Romeo departure, squawk 7315. Can you repeat the squad number for Ryanair 277? Squawking 7315.
Gotta wait for them to read back, and then we'll get our taxi instructions.
Squad number 7815, Ryanair 297. Ryanair 2097, negative, squawk is 7315. I don't understand the second digit. Ryanair 297. Ground EZ243, request clearance to London Heathrow is filed. EZ243, have you filed via a list OSID which is invalid for your aircraft type, advise you don't accept a Samba reroute. We can accept send a reboot and we're ready to copy. Easy 2-4. Yeah.
Manchester ground, November 504, Kilo Quebec, request stand 70.
Last aircraft call and call sign only.
November 504, Kilo Quebec.
November 504, Kilo Quebec, Roger, taxi 70 via Alpha and Delta.
Taxi stand 70 via Alpha Delta, November 504, Kilo Quebec. Alpha Delta, where the heck is Alpha?
ISA 29 Echo, stand 307, push and start approved, facing south.
Juliet, Kilo, there's Bravo.
Easy 243, we have that
Papa.
we're ready to copy our clearance. Easy 243, stand by, big, Austrian 33, Mike over tower, call sign only 118.
Sorry, I know you can't see this.
18630.
Alpha is there. Okay, straight ahead.
Easy 243, cleared to 1 second, I will make your flight cancel. Roger, easy 243. Shuttle 3, you're in a follow request taxi. Shuttle 3, uniform, taxi, Zulu Orange, hold Zulu 1. Zulu Orange, Zulu 1, Shuttle 3, uniform.
Aha, so this is Alpha, and then Delta is up
Easy
here.
243. Ground, Ethiopian 727, ready for push and start. Ethiopian 727, stand by. Easy 243, cleared to Heathrow by the Samba 1 runway departure, squawk 4432.
Oh, it's stressful, isn't it? Let's put the engine into low idle.
4432, easy 243, thank you.
So that,
Easy 243, read back. Correct, big Ethiopian 727.
it's not trying to
stand 32, push and start.
take us
Facing
off.
west.
That approved, facing west, Ethiopian
So
727.
next major left.
Easy 11 Alpha requesting push and start. Easy 11 Alpha.
That was quite stressful. I don't like it when there's big airports like this without air traffic controllers.
Ground Austrian 33, man.
But we did make excellent time getting here.
Can confirm he has just gone. He has been having issues all day. If you want to remain on frequency for now.
So we're going to keep turning left.
Remain on frequency,
Like a NASCAR driver, keep turning left and go faster.
Manchester ground, good evening, easy for Papa Alpha 3. Easy for Papa, taxi, holding point Charlie 2 via Alpha and Charlie. Copy, holding point Charlie 2, Alpha and Charlie, cheers.
So this is Delta 2.
November 504 Kilo Quebec, hold Delta 8 via Delta.
Hold at Delta 8 via Delta, November 504 Kilo Quebec. So we'll just follow
Shuttle 3,
D.
uniform, taxi, Echo 5 via Echo. Echo 5 via Echo, Shuttle 3 uniform. Correct, leaving 1 entry, quick, Zulu with you on Alpha. 9 FE Quebec, Zulu, taxi, Kilo 4 via Alpha, Bravo and Kilo. Kilo 4, Alpha, Bravo and, sorry, what was it right now, entry, quick, Zulu?
so we can clear to Delta 8.
Alpha, Bravo and Kilo right now, entry, quick, Zulu.
No further, get out of the way, Austin.
We can get over to Unicom for departure.
Osprey 33 Mike, Roger. Manchester Tower ground, we are clearance to Salzburg, runway 23 right, via
So Echo's to the left, Delta becomes Echo. So we'll follow this round.
2097, yeah.
Ooh, Thompson Dreamliner there.
Calling for push.
Hope we're not going to end up nose to nose with a Shuttle 3 uniform.
Shuttle 3 uniform, hold position. Hold position, Shuttle 3 uniform. November 504, Kilo Quebec, hold position.
Holding position, November 504, Kilo Quebec. I saw that coming.
November 540, discard. November 504, Kilo Quebec, are you on the old scenery?
I must be, but not to the best of my knowledge.
Shuttle 3 uniform, by any chance you have the new scenery? Excellent, Shuttle 3 uniform. Right, Shuttle 3 uniform, in that case, taxi Delta 6 via Echo, Link 3 and Delta please. Delta 6, Delta, and just say again, Shuttle 3 uniform. Link 3, so coming up on your right there is a cross between the two taxiways, that's Link 3. Link 3, and then where do you want us to hold short of Shuttle 3 uniform? Just taxi Delta, hold Papa 4. Papa 4, Shuttle 3 uniform. Easy 11 Alpha, ready to taxi.
That's going to take him straight through the middle of us.
Easy 11 Alpha, taxi Juliet 1 via Juliet. Juliet 1 via Juliet, easy 11 Alpha. Good, easy 243, ready for push. Easy 243, stand 4, 2
Nope,
push and start
it's going that
facing
way.
south. Push to start approved, facing south, easy 243. And ground Viper 1, we got information, Mike, we're at the GA ramp. We want VFR at 29,000 to Milan. Viper
Can't do that.
1, Roger, stand by. November 504, Kilo Quebec, continue taxi, stand 70.
Continue taxi, stand 70, November 504, Kilo Quebec. Well handled that, traffic controller. Can't fly VFR at 29,000 feet in Class A airspace, to the best of my knowledge.
Break easy.
Bing. Somebody's got a WhatsApp.
After the British Airways A320 passes from left to right, taxi stand 8. Copy, after the BA A320, left to right, stand 8, 324. Ryanair 3, Quebec, Zulu, taxi stand 52 via Kilo, Juliet and Golf. Stand 52, Juliet Golf,
Okay, I think I've overshot my 66 right. No. Let me go forward. Let's go forward on that. 66 right, 67.
Chanex 6-1 Golf Juliet, clear to destination, Sandal, departure squawk 0510. We're going to America on the Sandal Romeo departure squawk 0510, Chanex 6-1 Golf Juliet.
68.
Golf Juliet, be back correct, easy 4 Papa, taxi stand 8 via Lima. Copy, stand 8 via Lima, we are not holding for the BA. I thought I sent him to Papa 2, 10 I sent him Papa 4. Copy that for Lima, stand 8, 324 for bridges.
He did say Papa 4.
Uniform after the EasyJet A320 passes from right to left in front, taxi Juliet 1 via Papa, Kilo and Juliet. Papa, Kilo, Juliet, Juliet 1, shuttle 3 uniform. Manchester.
69 right. There's 70 left.
Easy 11 Alpha over to Manchester Tower 11860, see you. 18660, see you. Ground BPR, ready for tap Mike. Start 290 and 1013. Information Mike. Aircraft type 787 flight. IFR to York, please. Multiple aircraft calling, was that Tomjet 78 Mike for clearance?
Jet 78 Mike, clear to destination, Samba 1 Romeo, Roger Squawk 3205.
Majestic Ground, good evening.
Alpha Terminal 70.
Ryanair 3 Victor Bravo, taxi Kilo 4 via Alpha Bravo and Kilo.
Kilo 4 Alpha Bravo Kilo, Ryanair 3.
There we go. Okay, so let's put the parking brake on. We can turn off the taxi lights. We can shut the aircraft down.
Tom Jet 78 Mike, feedback correct. Brake shuttle 469 after the Ryanair Boeing 737-800 passes from left to...
Let's disconnect from them. Turn off the avionics bus. Let's close the mixture lever, the condition lever. And we are here. Just like that. Could turn off some lights now. Let's leave the nav lights on. Those are off. Turn off that. Turn off the ice light. Turn off the pitot heat. What's that buzzing noise? Turn off those. We can turn off the fuel pumps. Don't need them anymore. And get this to actually give me a switch off. There we go. The hit areas on this are not fantastic. There we go. Fuel pumps are off. Cabin lights can go off. It's buzzing. Is that just because the master switch is on? Let's find out. Yep, it was the master switch. So, we're going to empty this aircraft out, and then come back and fly again tomorrow. Oh, I admit that was very, very stressful. But here we are at Manchester Airport. I think we should probably just leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me on this flight. I've really enjoyed your company. And I'll see you next time through.